our brains often don't want to pay the price for change that's necessary to do things better. We want to keep doing them the old way. And so investing to build a habit, to take a good principle and making it part of our inner being takes energy and time, and our brain kind of fights against it. So we have to consciously develop self-discipline. It takes work to make that sort of thing a habit. Now, let's take a look at a few hints and tips. It's really good to be a student of life. In other words, when you are a marketer, learn how marketing works. Talk to people that know more about it than you do, who have been farther down the road. If you're an engineer, the same topic. If you're a farmer, the same topic. Whatever your discipline is, become a student of life and learn how things work. And I'm reminded of a story of a guy who was in the printing business, and he knew printing cold, and we were doing strategic planning for his organization, and one of the things he needed to do was to change his technology. And printing presses, I was astounded to learn how much they cost, millions of dollars. And he told me the process that he had learned to go through to evaluate selecting the right printing press. And it was a 6-month-long process, interviewing competitors, visiting plants. It was an amazingly intricate process. And as he explained all this, they created a project to do this. And then later on, he said he needed to expand his executive staff, hire a new vice president in charge of sales. And I said, "What's the process you use to do that?" And he said, "Well, I'll just take them to lunch." And I said, "Well, what are you going to pay this individual let's say over a 10-year period?" And the compensation package for this individual was more than the printing press. And yet in one case, he was going to take 6 months, had a committee to evaluate this, do site visits and all those sorts of things. And in the other case, he was going to spend an hour with 3 candidates and make a decision. And what this teaches me is this man understood the cause and effect in printing evaluation, but he understood nothing about hiring. And his lack of knowledge about paying the price up front in hiring means he was taking a very high risk of hiring the wrong person, which is extraordinarily expensive, because you hire somebody, you transfer, you move them, and it takes you a year to figure out they're the wrong person, then you start all over. This is the idea of disciplined thought, knowing what you're talking about and making good decisions in the short term that will produce long-term results. Let me close with this quote from James Ray. "The seed you sow today will not produce crop until tomorrow. For this reason, your identity does not lie in your current results. This is not who you are. Your current results is who you were."